Hello gang, I am on my way to, I guess it's the Youngstown, Ohio area. It's called something else, but the Turnbull Fairgrounds. It's a Firewood Expo, and it's put on mostly by Ohio Woodburner. I think it's the name of his channel. We're gonna go see what they got going on. It's a nasty, rainy day. It's pretty cold, not bad. You know, it's in the 50s, but low 50s, and it looks like it's gonna rain all day long. But it's only about an hour and 50 minutes away from where I live, so I figured I'd come and check it out, and we'll see what it's all about. What kind of wood splitters they got. I know Heath from Hardworking Man, his channel, he'll be there, and I'm sure I'll meet some people I know, and hopefully some new folks. But yeah, check it out. Let me get over here. What's the name?
Thing 1.
What?
We have Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
The story was on them, the day we got them, we had to call the vet to get our process started donating them. We didn't name them. I mean, we're home, we're going to phone to the vet. Kathy goes, what are their names? I'm like, I don't know, we didn't even talk about it. Thing 1, Thing 2. She could hear the secretary cracking up. Well, now they've got a following down at the Cat Run where we do a lot of shows. Friday, Saturday, I'll go stand out in front as people coming in. And they'll, Thing 1, Thing 2.
Is it a barn owl?
Bard.
Huh?
Bard.
Barred owl.
Barn owl is actually the yellow one.
Oh, okay. Well, very cool. How'd it come to you? You found a...
No, we're not a rescue. Everything we get is either bought, purchased, or donated. We're an educational center, but we do wildlife sales in order to support a lot of our free programs. We do everything from Amish schools to zoos, bringing animal education to everybody. We either run off a little bit of donations or some animal sales.
Cool.
Yep, not a rescue. Good one? There you go. Don't want that out later.
You could buy a red fox. Didn't figure I'd meet you here. Say hello to everybody.
What's going on? How's it going, everybody?
So I was just walking past this and I was wondering, what the hell is this? But then I found out. Got these big cages here. I was like, why would you go to that level to build little firewood cages, you know? Those are nice. Check this out. It's a big kiln. Hey, you make these? No, you're not the guy. Look at that. How many cords will it hold, boss?
This holds 6 cords.
6 cords.
6 full cords.
And how do you heat it up?
This one's heated with gas.
With gas?
Yeah. This is sold to a guy in New Hampshire, so he ordered it with gas with a single-phase converter. The motors are 3-phase motors for airflow.
And how long will it take to dry them out?
And this one is about 36 to 48 hours.
What?
So you could do, say if you do 3 loads a week, so that's 18 cords a week you can produce.
Goodness gracious.
The smaller one will do 9 cords a week. Bigger than that.
I mean,
up to 4,000 cords a year with our biggest one per kiln.
Jeez. Yeah, I was looking at the cages and thinking, why would you want to build them to such a high level, you know? But
Yeah,
I get it.
Airflow goes underneath and up through and out the top.
Forced air, yeah.
They are.
They're for firewood. The firewood cages, also called baskets.
Very cool setup you got there, sir. If you're in the market, wow. I have never even Never even considered a kiln that size. What did he say? 18 cords a week you could do? Holy moly. That's crazy. I know that you can get significantly more money if it's kiln dried. You know, that's the kind of stuff that gets sold like outside of supermarkets that you buy for like $7 for like 8 sticks or so of firewood. That's the way to go. So I really wanted a Avant or something like this. But they're just too damn expensive. They're awesome and they get a lot of work done and they're really cool, but yeah, I just couldn't afford it. The tractor that I bought was already way too much. Everything's so expensive now. It's just like, it's crazy. But anyways, that's a pretty cool looking machine. That's America's log splitter. I like that stuff. A lot of laser cutting letters in there. It's cool. Yeah, Jesus. You don't have to worry about those letters rubbing off, you know? They're cut clean through. I like that. Ooh, gasoline only. This is the stuff that Heath uses. Heath, say hello to everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Say hello to everybody.
You guys got any questions on tuning chainsaws, ported saws? Get a hold of me. I'll give you some information. Teach you guys a little something.
How you like the old wood?
Love it.
Yeah.
They're monsters.
Yeah. Did you bring? These are all from the factory. You didn't bring yours, did you?
No, that's ours. They're
Oh,
white
you did
blue,
bring
big
yours.
muscle wood.
The
Yep.
muscle wood.
Yeah.
You know, I just said to these guys jokingly, I was like, "That's America's log splitter right there."
Muscle wood, baby.
That's freaking cool. Muscle cars, muscle log
39
splitters.
horse, fuel injected, 30 tons. Stays in stage 1 most of the time. 3 second, a little under 3 second cycle time.
Cool.
Flies.
You're just an encyclopedia about it. I love it. Yeah, I dig it. I really do. Yeah. It's different. You know, the red, white, and blue thing. Yeah, I dig it. I dig the green stuff over there too. Well, I'm fixing to head back to the truck, and I gotta say, it's sad because, I mean, look at that. Probably doesn't come off on camera, but that's big shit. And they've got a huge planer set up there, or not planer, sawmill. And a lot of, I mean, this place is set up. This is really a nice event, but because it's so nasty weather, nobody's here, you know? It's just stinks. Oh, there's the split fire guys. I'm gonna say hey to them, you know? But yeah, it just stinks because we're really set up to have a really nice show here, but the weather is just terrible. I'm gonna say hey to the split fire guys. Well, if I didn't say it before, which I think I did, I'm gonna say it again. That was just sad because that was a really good expo. and just horrible weather. But the good news is they were saying that yesterday, Friday, was actually beautiful. There was a lot of people out, and you know, some of the guys, I was talking specifically with the split fire guys, and they had sold some units, and it was a worthwhile trip and everything. But today, man, it's just miserable. Just raining, and cold, and windy, and stuff. But so I just feel bad for everyone who worked so hard to put this on. That's all I'm saying. But I did get, you know, from my perspective, I got to talk with Alan from the Timber Cutter Patriot. And I gotta say, all right, that guy's cool. I like him a lot. So I met him at the Hoosier Firewood Hysteria, and I don't think I told you guys anything about it, but you know, in first meeting, the conversation, you know, just he talks about some political stuff and some religious stuff, and you know, I ain't about that. I'm just like, yeah, yeah. But once all that stuff's aside, and we get to talk about normal stuff, we're all the same. We're all the same, man. And you know, we're just want to do what's best for us and ours and things. And he's a cool guy. I totally dig that guy. I can't say it. I feel weird, but yeah, it's like that guy's cool as shit. And got to talk with Heath. Got to talk with Dan from Heath is a hardworking man. Dan is from York Firewood, I think is it, the York Wood Yard or something like that. I can't remember. But cool guy. I met another cool guy, Mike from Ontario Firewood. I like to throw out their channels, you know, because yeah, we need to diversify and you know, not just be hung up on nothing but chainsaw channel. These firewood guys are cool, and I like them. And it's I talked with there's a log splitter company called Timberwolf, and they're based out of the Finger Lakes, New York area. And I had done my research with them prior to this. You know, I mean, I actually gave them a phone call back in, I think, December. Told them that I was moving to the area and I was interested in seeing their product, maybe hopefully demoing a product and stuff. And I got to talk with, I believe his name is Tim from Timberwolf. They've got some really nice machines, log splitters. Most of them are pretty big, but they've got like a partnership with Log Ox, and they do the Timber Ox. So Timberwolf builds the Timber Ox, which is a smaller, more homeowner directed log splitter, not so much a commercial log splitter. Looks like a nice, good product. Hopefully I'll be able to work with them a little bit. I told him I would give him a holler and maybe come visit their factory, and that'd be cool, because they don't have it looks like they've got really good equipment, but they don't have a very big online presence. And I told him about that. I was like, you guys don't have an online presence at all. You know, there's very little about your stuff online. And he's like, yeah, I know. Anyway, so maybe I'll get a chance to work with one of those machines and stuff. But it's definitely looking like I might get an opportunity to get my hands on a split fire, the little 1165 vertical unit. I talked with Marco and might be able to get one in the coming couple months, but they've got a long wait list and stuff. So we will stay on this. I will end up getting a log splitter one way or another at my property, and might get several and then, you know, just rotate them out, you know. I'm trying to say stuff without saying stuff. You see what I'm saying? I have a YouTube channel, and it is pretty successful. People with businesses like to get their products in my hands. But I am selective. You know, I get stuff all the time, emails, hey, test this product. It's your own personal cell phone tower, or it's a Wi-Fi extender. And I'm not going to do that. So, but anyways, I will be working with hopefully multiple companies in the future with log splitters and stuff, and making some firewood and some good firewood content for y'all to enjoy, and for me to heat my home with and stuff. But so from my perspective, I got to hang out, talk BS a little bit with some cool people, and I enjoyed it. But my heart bleeds for the people that worked so hard to put on this big event, and they were coming from all over the place. Like Wolf Ridge was there. I believe that's the name of their company. They're all the way from Wisconsin. That was not a short, easy drive for them. And Easton Made was there. They're all the way up in Canada. Split Fire's in Canada. So, yeah. They had to come a long way. And to get rained out, well, that sucks. But anyways, I'm back on my way back home, and I will catch you on the flip side.